All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig in a Pickle Crew Show with a little 49er video as Baldy has done his breakdowns. And, of course, we're brought to you by Pig in a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. And this video is brought to you by Better, the official daily fantasy sponsor of the Krug Show. Use Better to make daily fantasy lineups and win real money. Download the app below. Make sure you use the promo code Niners to get your first deposit matched up to $200. All right, let's talk about Brian Baldinger. He weighed in after the Sunday Night Football game on the Niners, and let's hear what he had to say. He starts off by talking about the guy who I thought was the player of the game, Deebo Samuel, for the way he got the Niners going. Here's Baldy on Deebo.
Last Monday, Deebo Samuel was in the hospital with fluid in his lungs, pneumonia. 6 days later, he's matched up against Eric Kendricks, and they run this wheel route on the backside, and Deebo smokes Kendricks, and Brock Purdy put it right on him for 47 yards. Like, how many guys get out of the hospital from pneumonia and then have the strength to be able to just pull away from Eric Kendricks and Eric Hooker, and you can't tackle them? Like, did they give him an extra IV in that hospital? He sure looked strong as ever in this game. They needed him. He answered the bell.
There you go, Baldy with a little breakdown on Deebo. And the one thing about Deebo is Deebo's super tough. And, you know, he has been the guy for the 49ers. He steps up in the moment. He did it in Super Bowl 54, did it last year against the Eagles, and he did it in this game. You know, the Niners needed a tone-setting player, and who set the tone? Deebo Samuel. All right, let's hear Baldy weigh in on Isaac Guerendo. Guerendo was fantastic on Sunday Night Football, easily his best game as a pro, and here's what Baldy had to say about it.
The great Bobby Turner is the 49ers running back coach. Everywhere he goes, running backs improve. This is 3rd and 2. Cowboys in a goal line defense, 6-2. Watch Guerendo press the hole right here. Like, he got right in front of Overshone right here. And then he trusts his speed and his cutting ability to come out here and put a stiff arm on Marquise Bell. He could easily score another touchdown, averaging over 6 yards a carry. But he's a smart player. Slides down. Could easily scored. But the clock keeps ticking right here. Clock keeps ticking. This Guerendo's a heck of a player. But he's being well coached by the great Bobby Turner.
All right, there you go. A little Baldy on Bobby T and Isaac Guerendo. And one of the things that Shanahan pointed out at the presser was that Guerendo gets better on every carry. He doesn't waste carries. He doesn't make mistakes twice. He doesn't have natural feel as a running back. He hasn't played a lot of running back. But he's getting better. He's got unbelievable speed. As you saw there, he put his foot in the ground, and he took 2 steps to the left, and Overshone was grasping at air. And then the defender thought he had a great angle on Guerendo, but then suddenly it was like, hey, I don't have a great angle. I just have a good angle. Oh, I don't have a good angle. I've got kind of a mediocre angle. Oh, I don't have a mediocre angle. I've got kind of a bad angle. Oh, you know what? I didn't get a finger on him. That's kind of how Guerendo's runs go. Guys think they're going to have a great angle on him, and then they have no angle at all and don't touch him. So that is what speed does for you, and he's got 4.33 speed, and it really, really helps. Let's hear Baldy on Kittle. It was National Tight Ends Day yesterday, and Kittle had a bust-out, well over 100-yard day, maybe one of the best days of his career.
On National Tight End Day, it's just fitting that George Kittle would have a hell of a day. Lighting up next to Colt McKivitz right here. He's going to beat Donovan Wilson man-to-man. Wilson has outside leverage right here. George sees it. He cuts his route off, and then he just runs away from the Cowboys. Longest play from scrimmage by George all season. Just determined. All right? He would get to the 4-yard line, and then shortly thereafter, you get this block by Kittle and Donovan Wilson. Excellent job here by McKivitz and Brendel right here, and Pooney. Look at McKivitz right there. Just throwing a Digazua inside, and now the rookie, Guerendo, gets his first NFL touchdown. McKivitz, Pooney, Kittle, and on National Tight End Day, George Kittle did it all. Touchdowns, receptions, blocking.
It is. And not only National Tight End Day, George Kittle is the most complete tight end in pro football. He's the best tight end in Niner history. Sorry, Brent Jones. Sorry, Vernon Davis. It's just facts. And I think he's the best tight end in the game right now. Kelsey is a little bit more dynamic as a receiver. They flex him out. He's almost like a glorified wide receiver. But Kittle is a strong inline blocker who also runs in the 4-5. So he's a receiver and a blocker. George is dominant in both. He's a dominating inline blocker. Kelsey's not a dominating inline blocker. That's why Kittle is the best tight end in the game, because he is equal as a receiver and as a blocker. And finally, let's hear Baldy weigh in on the great Nick Bosa. Bosa's been playing amazing football, and Baldy had, I'm sure, something good to say about Nick.
Nick Bosa is just affecting quarterbacks week in, week out. Here, he beats Steele inside. Do you think any chance that when Dak releases that ball right there and Bosa has him completely bear hugged, that this ball might pop up? Oh yeah, Jair Brown with the interception. And then sometimes it's just like, you get these tight ends on him, you're like, just get your grubby freaking hands off me. He ain't going to get a call. He knows that. So what? You got next play or play close after that? Then you just go and affect it right here. Like right here, get your grubby hands off me. Two-hand swipe coming. Like, this is just beautiful. See, if you get your hands off them, then they can't grab you. Then you flatten and turn the corner, and you get to Dak. First quarter sacks, they always make you feel good. They just do. You got one in the books. Then you just keep trying to affect the game. Like, you watch him right here, and you just watch how he's able to affect this game right here and get to Dak right here. Get him out of the pocket, get him chasing on third downs, and throw it away. And then, you know what? You go to the other side. You start working on the rookie. Yeah, they're going to chip you. Yep, they're going to do that. And then you're going to see him, then you're going to beat him again, and you're going to get to Dak again and affect another throw that goes somewhere into the sidelines. And then sometimes you go, what's the protection? What's the damn protection? What is it? Stop Bosa, damn it. Stop Bosa. I don't care what we do. Chip him, grab him, hold him, put the whole line on him. But don't let him get to Dak. And he throws a touchdown pass.
There you go. Baldy painting the picture of what it's like to have to block Nick Bosa. And it's no picnic. And Bosa's a complete player. He does it against the pass. He does it against the run. He'll once or twice a game, he'll draw a penalty that is legit. It's a legit call because they had to hold Nick Bosa. And then there's all kinds of balls where all kinds of snaps where he gets held and grabbed and no calls get called. But Bosa's an all-around player, and he's playing at a really, really high level. And, it's like if the 49ers could add one more edge rusher, they could afford to play Floyd in a little bit of a rotation and Bosa in a little bit more of a rotation, I think it would make him all the better. If you look at the snaps in this game, Nick Bosa played a ton of snaps. I think it was like 65 snaps or some ridiculous number. It's too many snaps. And if you want Nick Bosa to really be, a monster, limit his snaps. Go get one more edge rusher and have Bosa, snaps a little bit limited. If you can keep him, in the 40 to 50 range, you're going to get so much more out of him than if you get to 65 or 70 snaps in a game. It's just too many. So Bosa's amazing. He continues to be amazing. He's amazing against the pass and the run. But if you really want to benefit from Bosa and Floyd and you're John Lynch, you'd get these guys one more edge rusher. Why? Drake Jackson's, out for the year. Beal is a very young player. They don't have as much proven edge rush, pass rush depth as they could have. And if, Sam O's playing great, Beal's doing the best he can do. But if they could add one more defensive end, I think it would make quite a bit of difference. All right, that does it for our video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the video. And this video also sponsored by Better, the official daily fantasy sponsor of the Krug Show. Use Better to make daily fantasy lineups and win real money. So download the app below. Make sure you use the promo code Niners and get your first deposit matched up to $200. And thanks to all you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.